If you are thinking about moving north of Dallas-Fort Worth, then you may have heard about a brand new master plan community called Landmark in Denton, Texas. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into what might be real estate's single biggest story in North Texas right now. Landmark is a 3,200-acre master plan community being developed by Hillwood. Hillwood is a developer that has 4 other projects here in North Texas. Just up the road from Landmark, you have Harvest in Argyle, Pecan Square in Northlake, Treeline in Justin, and Ramble in Salina. This community is at the southwest corner of Denton, Texas, off I-35W and Robson Ranch Road. At full build-out, it will have about 6,000 homes, 3,000 multifamily units, 900 acres of commercial and retail space, 1,100 acres of green space, and we'll get into all of that here in just a little bit. So because Landmark is at the southwest corner of Denton, that means that the DFW International Airport, which is one of the busiest airports in the world, is roughly 25 to 30 miles away. That's about a 30-minute drive on a normal day. So if you are a frequent traveler or moving here for a job that requires traveling, then that is going to matter a lot. The Alliance Corridor is just down the road, so you are literally minutes away from that. There's Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Amazon. There are dozens of major logistics and corporate employers that call that area home a lot. So living at Landmark and working in Alliance is honestly one of the best commute situations in the entire Metroplex, at least for now, because it's not overly built out and crowded. And also you've got HEB, which is in Landmark, and then Costco is also up the road. Downtown Fort Worth is about 35 miles south, and then downtown Dallas is going to be about 45 miles to the southeast. And don't forget about downtown Denton. That is really the place to be, and it really is just up the road, up I-35W. And I've got a whole video, a lot of videos actually, all about Denton, and it really is a great place to go. Tons of events and festivals throughout the year there. Here in Landmark, there are 9 different builders to choose from. So let's go over all of them right now. You've got Coventry Homes, MI Homes, Tri-Point Homes, David Weekley, American Legend Homes, Highland Homes, Perry Homes, Toll Brothers, and Drees. The price range here at Landmark starts around $365 and goes to over $1 million. So there are homes for every size, for every stage, and for most people's price range. I'll be doing builder reviews for all 9 builders here inside Landmark. We'll go over who they are, what they're building in Landmark, their prices, their sizes, and their standard features. There will also be a 50-acre city park, an actual park ranger, a 100,000-gallon pool, an amphitheater, a kids zip line, there's hiking and biking trails, and an on-site lifestyle coordinator. So Denton is getting its first HEB grocery store, which will be the anchor of Landmark itself. If you're from Texas, you already know that HEB is a really big deal. If you're not from Texas, then you're going to learn pretty quickly when you're here all about HEB. It is arguably the best grocery store chain in all of the United States. So let's talk about schools, because I know that is a really big deal. So here in Landmark, which is Denton ISD, it is currently zoned for EP Razor Elementary, Harpool Middle School, and Geyer High School. Now Landmark does plan on having 2 elementary schools at some point and a middle school on site in this neighborhood, but that's going to take several years for that to get here. So for now, those are the current schools that you're zoned for. Now let's talk about the actual city of Denton, because Landmark is located in Denton, and honestly, it is one of the most interesting cities north of Dallas-Fort Worth. It's got a population of about 160,000, with about 55 to 65,000 college students from UNT, Texas Women's University, and NCTC. That alone gives Denton a unique culture and energy that not all other suburban North Texas cities have. We've got some amazing things like festivals and events, a lot of live music, a very thriving downtown square, and great local restaurants. Now, I do want to be honest about the culture of Denton because it matters to a lot of families that are watching this. Denton is a university town. I already mentioned we have about 55 to 60,000 plus college students between two major universities and a pretty good, thriving North Central Texas college, which is a community college. So that means that Denton is going to be a little more eclectic than some of the surrounding suburbs, such as Flower Mound or Argyle. It's not Southlake. It has a creative, I would say independent minded kind of energy because of the universities. There are a lot of artists here, musicians, a lot of professors. I say young families because there are a lot of young families, but I've lived in Denton for 50 years, my entire life, and I still see people from high school all the time. So a lot of people grew up in Denton, stay in Denton. A lot of students that go to UNT and TWU also end up staying in the area as well. Politically, I would say it is a little bit more mixed than leaning, maybe it leans slightly conservative, but not as much as, let's say, Argyle, which is the town literally up the road, which is much more conservative. But I would say it's a little bit more mixed in that area. As far as churches go, you're going to find all kinds of churches and plenty of them to choose from. I know that's a really important thing to a lot of families that I talk to. So there are a number of churches to go to. And then one more thing I always like to point out too is just there are so many things to do in Denton. There are a lot of gyms to go to. My husband and I do CrossFit just up the road, actually in Argyle, but you can do that if that's what you want to do. There's a lot of other gyms you can go to. We've got one here in Denton that has a women's only section. So there's really a lot of great things to do in the city of Denton. But I always like to be honest too about what kind of town it is. In October, we celebrate 31 days of Halloween, and that ranges anywhere from very, very family-friendly events to some things that, more adult-minded. And it's really kind of a cool thing that we do, whether you celebrate Halloween or not. There's some really cool things. So if you want a real city with things to do, we've got great food, a music scene, universities, a strong church community, but you also want a little bit more space and definitely a lower cost than the Dallas area, then I will say Denton delivers. Landmark is one of the best master plan community developments in all of North Texas. And it's being developed by Hillwood, which is one of Texas' best developers. And right now, in phase one, you are still in early pricing. If the I-35 corridor is on your radar, then you really need to consider Landmark right now while prices are still at entry level. Like I said earlier, I'll be covering all 9 builders here in Landmark, so make sure you subscribe so you can be the first to know when they drop. And if you're not sure if Landmark is the right community for you, then let's hop on a quick discovery Zoom call. All my information is in the description below. I'm Jen Fowler, and along with my husband and cameraman, we run a Fowler Realty team. We are realtors here in Denton County, and we'd love to help you navigate your move to the area. We've got a video all about Denton and other developments by Hillwood as well, so make sure you go back, take a look at those, and we'll see you on the next one.